Hi, everyone. The stock market had an extremely ugly session today. I would call today a crash. I would not call it a sell off. I would say that the market literally crashed today because of the way it was consolidating and the way that it sold off below a key moving average on such huge volume. I don't know if it's a one-day event or a beginning of something much worse. However, we will be adding to our inverse ETF long positions in SQQQ and FAZ, 5% in each, as I will continuously increase my hedges as we sell off. If we're down again tomorrow, I will go 5 and 5 again until this changes. I'm not in a real good mood tonight. I'm really pissed off actually because one of my orders, my full sell in VIPS, was not executed for some odd reason by IB today in any of my accounts. So I'm extremely pissed off because a gain is now basically a loss after commission. And I can't tell you how fucking angry that makes me whenever somebody else fucks up and I'm not responsible. That makes me mad. And Interactive Brokers, they cannot tell me why these trades did not go off, which goes to show that I need to move an account to TradeStation if they're going to be pulling this kind of crap. So I'm very upset because VIPS is a full sell, and that's bullshit that my profit now is compromised thanks to somebody else, which goes to show why I never rely on anyone ever and only rely on myself to get anything done. Very, very upset, and I don't plan on Interactive Brokers helping me out. So it's not the sell-off that I'm upset about. I could care less about what the market does. I just don't care. But basically, we've completely broken down, and that means that we have more sells, which means now I'm scared because who the fuck knows if Interactive Brokers is actually going to execute my sell orders now. So now I get to wake up in the morning at 4:30 over on Maui, and I get to see if Interactive Brokers is actually going to work. So let's see if it can actually work with these sells. OSTK is a 50% sell because it's closing below the open of the signal date, and actually I think it's closing, is it closing below 2654? No, it's slightly above, but the fact that it's closing below the open, I want to go ahead and reduce some of the positions. AMWD is closing below the 50-day moving average and strong volume. That's going to be a 50% sell. Visa closing below the 20-day moving average and heavy volume. You can sell 25%. I'm not selling any, but it's a technical 25% sell signal. ADS is a 50% sell signal closing below the 20 and 50-day moving average on heavy volume. EXH is not moving up immediately, still holding the 50-day moving average and support lows. That is a 50% sell. UEIC is closing below the 20-day moving average, lower volume, so it's a 25% sell. IPARS failed all of its gains on heavy volume, but it found support right at the 50-day moving average, so that's a 50% sell. And OCN, heavy volume breakdown, but finding support at the lowest 50-day moving average, that's a 25% sell. DDD, same thing, finding support at the lowest 50-day moving average, so it's 25% sell, not 50%. And remember I told you Perry was on watch, a close below 1207 was a full sell. It did that. Perry is a full sell. And BFAM, I wanted to get long because I didn't want to miss another TTS. And this goes to show you that things are not fair ever in life. It might be if you're a rich trust fund baby, but for most of us, things are not fair. And BFAM clearly was not fair, and that hence is a full sell. So a ton of full sells, a ton of stocks are on the rough and on the edge. Futures are up after hours tonight, so it looks like we will at least have a good open. I'm not sure how we're going to react. Like I said, I don't know at all if we've bottomed or if this is the start. Not a good sign is that the QQQ sold off on heavy volume. PSQ rallied on heavy volume. SQQQ took out the 50-day moving strong volume. TQQQ took out the 50-day moving average strong volume. IWM, same thing. TWM, same thing. The Diamond, the SPY, you name it, it sold off on huge volume. This should be an all-out sell signal. And that then goes to something else that I can't remember happening in our model in I don't know when the last time I've seen this. I really don't know when we've had 3 consecutive switches in 3 days. And I would like to think that that's extremely significant, but I don't have data back tested. I don't think I've seen this very often to where we got a buy signal as we broke out of the trading range above the downtrend line, which then got right thrown back into a neutral signal, which has then turned into a sell signal today. I can't remember the last time ever I've had a buy, neutral, sell signal. So I would like to think that that's a significant development and a negative development. However, when I look at the relative strength line of the NASDAQ, I see that today was actually quite well, and the Russell 2000 overall was very well. It was just really the New York Stock Exchange and S&P 500 that really looked really horrible. It really wasn't, to me, to be seen overall in the Russell 2000 and the NASDAQ. But a break below the 50-day moving average in such heavy volume just cannot be ignored. And if I was dancing around the neutral, well, now we're definitely leaning on the short side. And the biggest problem is that in a QE market, you don't know if the Fed's going to come out tomorrow and say, hey, we were wrong, we're going to go super full steam ahead with QE4 on an insane level. You just don't know. We don't have free markets. We haven't had since 2008. So the continued choppy trend in fake signals continues. And this just isn't on me. I have somebody that subscribes to another service, and he stated that they have a model that is still in a buy mode. How anyone could be under a buy mode with a break in the 50-day moving average like this is absolutely stunning to me, and maybe they know something I don't know, but I know that this is not a good development whenever volume is confirmed on every inverse ETF, leveraged inverse ETF, leveraged ETF, and index. When you have full confirmation all over the board, that's normally not a good thing. However, taking one quick good look at this chart, you can see that this thing likes to sell off and then rally back on no volume. So maybe this is just another heavy volume decline that will lead to a bounce, but either way, I don't know. And all I can do is add to hedges and remain long until my longs give me sell signals. And even though we had a lot of sell signals tonight, there were enough of my holdings holding up, and I mean only 2 full sell signals, that it makes me wonder if we're already, the worst is behind us. I would doubt that, but everything must be taken into consideration here, as anything can happen. The market has decided to dance around right before I was supposed to go on a camping trip. I think that camping trip is compromised now with the action of today. So yay for me taking a vacation this weekend. So much for that. But once again, the biggest issue is Interactive Brokers not executing a profitable trade, which is now barely profitable, which will turn into a loss post commissions, more than likely by the time tomorrow. Just hopefully we get a good fill tomorrow morning if it does execute. But bottom line, it's going to ruin my morning. So that's that. I would stay very neutral here, even though that we're under a sell signal. I just wouldn't get out of hand if you're a bearable, and I would just play it by day. Keep positions small, let the charts reset up. I mean, Tesla's still holding up there. Facebook is beginning to break down. Apple's beginning to break down. LinkedIn is holding up. And I mean, our biggest long position, Lock, actually was up today on above average volume, producing positive point buy signals. So there's another mixed message. Welcome to a QE, POMO, ZIRP market, everyone.